comparison video here. So what you're looking at is a starter, like a starter you would get from a local big box store, you know, neighboring parts store starter. I started getting ready to take this thing down because I bought a better starter. And I thought, you know what, for everybody to know and understand out there, I would do a comparison video on this starter compared to the one that I just purchased. Now, of course, I have to reach up there and put that wire back on. Alright, so as you can see, this starter's on here about 1.5 years. Now, barring my paint job and repainting the frame and a little bit of overspray, this starter did get very corroded, and it's starting to run a little slow right now, and I think it's starting its failure rate. And these starters do that a lot, and the number one reason is right there's your starter solenoid, and there's the manifold. So I'm going to do a comparison video. I'm replacing this starter with a better starter. And these starters here, depending on where you shop, sometimes you want to get a starter local because it's just more convenient. And like this one, this is the second replacement that I purchased from that local parts store. So, but what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to put the truck back down. It's up here in my lift, finishing up the frame and painting and stuff like that, and now getting the truck back together. So I'm going to do a starting comparison. So this is going to be the local big box, probably comes from here. It's made in China. I'm sorry, I am not going to continue to endorse garbage parts. And this starter is not exactly easy to change. Now, granted, for me, I have a lift and everything like that, and I can get at this thing really well. So I'm going to put the lift down, and I'm going to put the camera on the top here and let you hear how the truck starts with this starter. Alright, so I'm in the cab of the truck. Now, I am going to say the batteries, this thing is sitting, I ran it about a month ago. So we're going to see how those Deccan Intimidators are too, because I have not charged them. So we're going to go ahead, we'll run the glow plugs. And this way here, and then we'll see how much the truck smokes as well. And again, we'll let the glow plugs reset. It actually didn't turn it too bad for as low as the batteries are. So we'll let the glow plugs reset. Like I said, it is sitting a month. Alright, let's try it again. Smoking quite a bit. For how long is it's sitting, considering it really wasn't too bad. And unfortunately, I am going to have to charge the batteries. But that's 2 years on a like a replacement starter from the big box store. And then next I'll show you the starter that I did purchase for this thing. Alright, starter comparison. I decided that I'm going to go with PowerMaster starter. Everybody does unboxings. One, I want it to be made in USA, and I wanted a good quality starter that's not made in China. And for how you're seeing in the video, or this might be a separate video, I might change this around a little bit, but I wanted to go with a good quality starter that it just, I mean, this thing is a lot heavier than this. And if you look, here's the solenoid, well built, moved it away from the problem area, okay? And we'll get to look at that better once we put it in the truck. But I just wanted to show you, I mean, after a year, or a year and a half, almost 2 years of this being in the truck, you can see where this cable here is already in. And I put some dielectric grease on this to prevent corrosion, and it still happened anyway. You know, I don't know what you think, but to me that just looks very cheap. It was going to be a problem. Look at the corrosion. You can actually see it. You can also see the manufacturer there. I ain't going to say it. But I'm not going to throw that starter away. I will throw it on the shelf, but I highly unlikely am I going to need to replace this starter. But yeah, I also went with the stainless steel bolts. There's for comparison. There's the original bolts from GM. Highly recommend replacing them. They look to be okay, but I'm going to install new ones anyway, and you can see where they came from as well. So I'm going to get this thing in the truck, but side-by-side comparison of basically a big parts store starter compared to the PowerMaster starter. All right, in my 6.5 diesel after the PartsMaster starter install, and now we're gonna start the truck, and you can hear the comparison of the difference in the new starter. Hardly any smoke or anything. Turned over very fast. Still coming up from charge after the glow plugs come off. And it is true that this time that the batteries were completely charged, but that starter just spins so much faster than the big box starter. So thanks for watching. This is GMEC. Like, subscribe. We'll see you in the next video, and remember, keep on wrenching.